So I attended a pretty large public high school. It's called Mallard Creek, and we have about 2,400 students, although it was a little bit larger when I was coming in ninth grade. And so, especially for me, I was coming from growing up at a really small Montessori school and then a pretty small still charter school in middle school. And it was a little bit daunting coming to such a large school. So at first, I had a little bit of that imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not sure if I'm at the same level as anybody else. But what I learned, pretty quickly is that if I just believed in myself and kind of got over worrying about what everybody else was doing, that my own capabilities, my own personality would shine through and I would make up my own path for myself to succeed. So, that being said, there are so many opportunities at my school to do that. We're pretty known for being an athletic school. Our high school team, our football team was number one in the state last year. And I'm a big fan of our sports. I'm at all the games and everything, but there's so much more to our school. And I just wish other people would really find ways to take advantage of that, like I've tried to throughout the years. And like coming in freshman year, I really had all these different passions, but I wasn't sure how to go about pursuing them per se. So I joined a bunch of different clubs in different areas. I joined DECA, which is, the marketing and business type of club. I also joined our Academy of Engineering, Speech and Debate, Spanish Honor Society, different clubs like that, in so many different areas that I was interested in. And then as I went through the years, I started joining more community oriented clubs like Interact, which is our community service club at our school. And what I learned from that is that, I could continue to pursue all of these, but more importantly, they didn't have to exist in isolation. I found ways to combine all of them together. Obviously, the skills that I learned in the Academy of Engineering will help me in my future career of engineering, but also the things that I learned in DECA, how to, speak publicly in a better manner, how to promote the solutions that I'm coming up with, perhaps in the engineering field, that's, almost equally as important. And I've just found that, everything can come together in a cohesive way to make a true impact in the community through all those different clubs where I've been able to, do a tutoring program maybe and teach them principles. So I'm taking that engineering, but also kind of, making an impact in the community. So different things like that. My school's really taught me how to have that interdisciplinary focus. And even going beyond that in terms of academics, we might not have all the AP classes that are offered, we might not have multivariable calculus, but there was enough academic rigor where I was able to push myself beyond what I initially thought that I could. And so again, it was a little bit daunting coming into school. So at first I was a little bit hesitant of taking those higher level courses, and I just took one or two. But then throughout the years I kept pushing myself and taking a few more and a few more, and that's something that I really credit my school with, is teaching me how to be more confident in myself and giving me the kind of like that passion that I had, but pulling it out of me more so that I could kind of go for those, further classes and to kind of break the glass ceiling that either I set for myself or others had set for me as well. So I think that all of these traits are going to be really helpful for me at college, and especially at a great and really, um, selective institution at MIT where you constantly have to push yourself to be better, and MIT is really about that growth mindset, I feel like, and taking those academically rigorous courses, but also getting involved on campus. I know that there's such a great student culture, so many different opportunities for research, clubs, internships, so many different areas. And I know that, I'm the type of person who wants to get involved in many different ways. And so the way that I've learned how to bring all of my interests together will be really helpful in me creating that experience at MIT that I would really love to have. So I think that my high school really has set me up in a position where I'm able to better, represent myself and bring my interests and my academic abilities together. And now I know that I have the capability to transfer that to my college experience. And I think that MIT is a great school. It's kind of a continuation and the next step in that path. And I know that just as I've been able to make an impact at my high school and in my community, I can and I will bring that same thing to MIT in Boston.